have the 6 most important numbers and facts for you and your PR plan this year. The first one we're going to look at is whether journalists even want press releases. This has been argued for about the last 10 years, so why don't we ask the journalists themselves? 83% of journalists want to receive your press releases, and be succinct, be really factual, and spend a bit of time thinking about a news hook, something that's going to make it really stand out and be interesting to the journalist. And number 2 is, should I use a press release distribution service or do it some other way? Well, let's ask the journalists again. 88% of journalists, although they're busy and they get a lot of emails, they still prefer to receive your press release via email that's sent directly to them rather than a press release distribution service. Number 3 is all about the world of PR and how it is perceived in some circles as being a space where there's a lot of noise and rah-rah, but I tell you, journalists want facts. It's not about how much noise you make, it's about how relevant you are. 36% of the journalists surveyed said that the emails they were receiving just weren't newsworthy. My tip for you is to do more research before you reach out. Make sure that that reporter actually covers stories on your topics or what your communication goals are, and that the audience is the right fit for where you want to make the biggest impact or be seen. You might be wondering how you can increase your appeal to reporters. Well, that's what number 4 is all about. I'm going to let you in on a secret. In 20 years of being a media advisor, what I used to lean on a lot in my strategies was offering an exclusive to reporters. So let's see what reporters think about the idea of being offered an exclusive. 62% of reporters are really receptive to exclusive stories. And what that means is you could offer a platform exclusive to, say, print or TV or radio or online, and you don't have to offer it to only one outlet as an exclusive. This strategy got my clients featured on the front page of the Sydney Morning Herald and in the evening in-depth news feature stories where all of the decision makers are tuning in to hear about the real news. And when you get these types of features, they are millions of eyeballs that are also shared on the digital platforms of those TV and print outlets as well. It's such a good investment in your PR strategy. Number 5 is all about building that rapport and relevance to the reporters that you want to get featured by. Although the PR world is perceived as being noisy and seeking a lot of attention, it's actually not about that. The rule of the squeakiest wheel gets the most oil actually doesn't apply when you're dealing with professional journalists. You need to be really mindful of researching what they tend to cover. Do those topics align with your communication goals? And is the audience that they are addressing, does that fit your goals as well? 45% of reporters said that they get contacted when people don't even have any news, and it's not helpful. They're super busy and we need to really respect that and just make impactful contact with them. Number 6 is all about where reporters go to get their stories. This is something you might have been wondering about. 70% of reporters say that they go onto social media and blogs as well to find sources and topics. So where are you on social media? Well, it's really important that you review your strategy because 50% of journalists have left Twitter or X, which was always the stomping ground of journalists historically. They're gone. And it's important to know that over 70% of journalists are actually using Facebook for their professional research and finding stories. For Instagram and LinkedIn, around 65% are found there, and YouTube is about 42%. TikTok is 27%. And Blue Sky, which is an emerging alternative to Twitter or X, is around 19%. So they are the places that you should be getting your word out. Your story matters so much. And if you want to become a go-to source for reporters, keep blogging, keep creating your content, get out there and be seen.